we go. Morning, everybody. Welcome to Tony's Picks Happy Hour. Hey, if you're new to the happy hour, welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Make sure you subscribe. And then give us a thumbs up while you're subscribing. And hey, as we always do, we get to the cappers, see how they're doing. Here on this Monday to kickstart the new week. See how their weekend went. And then we'll get right to the plays. So let's start down in the corner. And we'll kick it on over to Ben. How are you doing here on this Monday, Ben?
I'm doing well. My Tigers just keep on grinding out wins, and I like to see that. I would have liked my bets to be my plays to be a little bit better this weekend, but we got another week of baseball, so I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. We got lots of baseball left over the summer. We're just getting to the dog days of the summer. Bookmakers are like, hey, I think we're going to throw some of these crazy lines a little bit earlier this year than what we did last year or over seasons past. But still, we got some baseball to look at. Throwing one W today. Hey, we got not a bad start to the week. So, how you doing here on this Monday, Soul?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy afternoon. I'm happy to be here. We're doing all right, seeing the board pretty well. Picking up a little steam in MLB. NBA is my thing, but a couple of days off, so we're going to get this NBA money, dip our toe in this WNBA water. Let's get to
it. Nice. Let's get to it. How you doing here, Ramon?
Hey, we're ready for some big games this week, but we'll take a deep breath after moving here into the conference finals and both of our playoff sports, and they at least gave us some baseball games to talk about today. So let's have a great winning week.
Right, just we basically take the Monday off and then right back to the playoff action in both the NBA and the NHL. Throwing in a W game on a Monday that normally is the day off on a Monday, but hey, they decided they should throw a game. I think they got one next week too, and then I believe then that's it for the Monday games. But hey, we'll take it. How you doing here on this Monday, Ron?
Yeah, a little 50-50 yesterday. Got a lot of soccer on the board. It was good. KBO was good in the morning. Got the baseball in the afternoon, and then basketball final. Those both game sevens got me. So yeah, unfortunately, we'll try to bounce back tonight and keep baseball rolling. Baseball is starting to roll for me, and of course, soccer's been good for me all year. And of course, the W. We got that going on right now too.
Yeah, definitely a good start to the W for me. Not complaining there. Nice 3-1 start there. Baseball's been up and down for me. Hockey's been good. Got me with the Leafs because I take a shot with the Leafs. That after that game 6, it was worth taking a shot in the Valley. But hey, they got me. Looked good in the first. That second period, about 6 minutes. They wish they could have back, but it's all over. They can try again next year. 0-7 in the last 7 game 7s for these. Core Leaf guys, it's tough because they definitely showed up in game 6, but again, the game 7 got to them. Tough to be a Leafs fan, but don't get so down on your team. It's slowly improving. It's definitely improvement over year to year. They were that close to maybe punching their ticket to the conference finals, but that close has been a long time since they made the conference finals. I think you got to go back to 1993. Maybe 93, 94. Maybe no, I think it was 94. I think way back when. I think it was in the building.
Rob said you lose game 7 and don't be down.
7 times in a row they lost game 7, man. Jeez.
Don't worry, the blow up is coming. They're going to blow the Leafs up, and we'll see the leaf pile go into the air, and whatever falls down, hopefully it's better than what it is over the last few years. That's all.
Yeah, Double Cole says Mitch Marner's gone. I agree, for sure.
I think so, too. Where's he going to, though? We'll take him. He can come to Edmonton. We have no problem. We don't have the money for you, but if you take a pay cut, you're welcome aboard. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he ends up in Winnipeg. Just a shot in the dark. I think he might end up in Winnipeg. But then rumored he could end up in Colorado, too. Someone's got to replace Rantanen, right? So we'll see. He's definitely a commodity in this offseason to see what happens there. All right, let's head on over to the Diamond. Get started there. 4 games we'll kick it off with. We got the Reds taking on the Pirates. Cubs into Miami to take on the Marlins. The Mets into Boston to take on Boston, and the Red Sox and the Astros into Tampa Bay to take on the Rays. We'll kick it on over to Ben to get us started. What do you like here in these first four, Ben?
Well, the game I want to focus on is the Reds and the Pirates. So we've got Nick Lodolo going for the Reds versus Mitch Keller for the Pirates. Lodolo has notoriously been an extremely good pitcher on the road. He struggles in Cincinnati, but he's been pitching great on the road. The Reds have kind of on a little hot streak right now. They're not scoring a ton of runs. They came off from, not necessarily playing the toughest of teams, but I think in this game here, I wanted to focus on the first five because Mitch Keller's starting to kind of round into shape too as well. And I've seen you can get it -4 or under 4 or under or 4.5. If you can get 4.5, then you obviously you don't push on 4. But I like under 4.5 in the first five with both those pitchers. Keller's got his batting average against the Reds is .201 and Lodolo's is .231. So both have good numbers. And then the prop I like in that game, I really like Lodolo's over in K's. It's only 5.5. And like I said, if you look at his road starts, his last 2 road starts, he went well over this number in both of them. And like I said, he's just notorious. He just has trouble pitching in Cincinnati, and he pitches good on the road. So I like Lodolo over in K's, and I saw +125 on DraftKings for that one. And then under 4 or 4.5 the first 5 innings is what I'd like to get it at.
Nice. Head on over to Solo. What do you like here in the first 4 MLB, Solo?
I'm going to look at the Cubs and the Marlins. We got Ben Brown on the mound for the Cubbies. He's head up against Cabrera. Cabrera's a gas can. Really like the Cubs' bats. I kind of like the bullpen of late. Miami home games tend to frequently go over. Only thing kind of has me a little started around 9. Now I see it's going down. Not really quite sure why. Either way, I'm here with 8.5. I like the in the Reds again. There you go.
Heading on over to Ramon. What do you like here in the first 4, Ramon?
Yeah, I'll try to ride here into Fenway with the Mets and Boston. We saw the Mets have some offensive struggles, certainly against the Yankees. They were up against a few good pitchers for sure. We saw Max Fried look pretty good in that last game. But, hey, I do got Kodai Senga here going for the Mets. I'm going to look to go under. Senga, he's a perfect 0-8 to the under so far this season for the Mets. We know how solid their pitching has been in the bullpen as well, allowing just 3.3 runs per game so far. So Hunter Dobbins, I think there's prospects for him. The numbers haven't been great here so far, but I actually think Boston might be able to get something out of Dobbins in this game. Maybe a little bit of a letdown here for the Mets after that emotional series where, they kind of didn't look as good as they would have liked there, obviously, with the bats. So I look for Dobbins to be on the improve here. He has his ERA under 4 so far. Pretty high BABIP here, but he doesn't walk many hitters. So I'm going to go under here with the Mets and Boston here today in Fenway. The total is 9, shaded to the under.
Heading on over to Ron. What do you like here in the first 4 MLB, Ron?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to that Cubs Miami game. Like I said, Brown against Cabrera. I saw Cabrera down here in Pensacola when he was coming up through the minor system. Not really impressed with what he's doing. And if you look at actually the Cubs on a road favorite this year at 6-2, winning by an average of 4.6 runs per game. I'll lay the 1.5. Give me the Cubs.
And for me in this one, I kind of I like that under with you, Ramon, in the Mets game. Hey, they're playing pretty good when Kodai Senga's on the mound. And when Kodai Senga's pitching against teams with losing records, he's 14-3 to that under. So definitely like a low-scoring one, but I think the Mets pull it out there. I know a lot of people will fade the Mets because of the Sunday night baseball. I will take the Mets there in that one. Mets 11-2 following a loss this year. So when they lose, they love to bounce back. 11-2 in the bounce back spot. So give me the Mets on the money line in that one. Let's head on over to the next 4 we got rolling. We'll look at the Seattle taking on the White Sox. Baltimore taking on Milwaukee. Cleveland taking on the Twins. And those Tigers into St. Louis to take on St. Louis. We'll start with Ron to kick us off here in this spot. What do you like?
Yeah, going with my spreadsheet play of the day. And my spreadsheet has a nice system that is now 32-4 on the Minnesota Twins. You can lay the run line. That is also 25-7 this year. I'm going to take the Twins.
Head on over to Ramon. What do you like here in these four MLB games, Ramon?
Right, the Twins finally lost a game here. Man, break them up. That'll be a good matchup, though, for sure. Let me go down to Detroit and St. Louis. Saw within the last 90 minutes or so, Detroit's opted to go with an opener here and veteran Sean Gunther today. So, look, we've seen plenty from Gunther here. I think he can handle this one against St. Louis. Look, I guess Detroit must be a fluke, guys. Maybe they're not all that bad. Is that a Tigers pullover that you're wearing right now? I know I can buy a couple of those with this plus money price on the road there, but I'm going to look to go under. Look, I think Detroit might be pretty good as a dog, but let me go under in this one with the Sonny Gray out there. Saw it tick to 7.5. It's just gone back up to 8, under 15 here. I think Sonny Gray at home probably is what maybe the odds makers are looking at to make St. Louis a favorite, but I'll take it under here in this one with Detroit and St. Louis. Look, Detroit's been a big over so far, I know, but I think the combination of Gunter and Montero can kind of keep the St. Louis bats down too. Detroit's bats have been hot, but Gray's solid here. I'll take the under with Detroit and St. Louis this evening.
Head on over to Solo. What do you like here in these four, Solo?
I'm going to look at the Astros versus the Rays. I think we got Gordon versus Pepio. I actually don't have a whole lot of data on Gordon. I saw a little bit on him. Not really too much in love. But Pepio, I've been kind of familiar with him going back to his days with the Dodgers and this little time he spent with the Rays. This park is kind of batter friendly park. We might see some runs, but at the end of the day, I think this is set high for a reason. I don't really like these Astros bats. I don't like the bullpen. I don't think they travel. I'm gonna take the Rays on the money line.
Heading on over to Ben. What do you like here in these four, Ben?
Yeah, I like Ramon's call on that under, especially Sonny Gray's got really good numbers against the Tigers too. So good numbers against Bias, so much that they sat him today, which is he's a comeback player of the year, right? So the game that I'm looking at is the Orioles and the Brewers. I was, maybe there's something I don't know about the line because the Brewers are just a slight favorite at home where they play really well at home. We've got Dean Creamer going for the Orioles and Quinn Priester for the Brewers, which I know he's not, the most frightening pitcher on the mound, but Dean Creamer on the road, ERA is almost 7. And the Orioles are just in shambles right now. I just don't understand this line being like almost, break even here on this game here. So my pick is the Milwaukee Brewers winning game 1 here at home against the Orioles that are just reeling.
I think they changed pitchers.
Yeah, it's just an opener. Just a starter. Opener, though. Zastrizny will open, and you're still going to get Priester after that.
Priester get primary.
They're so heavy there, right, with that lefty lineup, I think is what's happened there.
There's a couple primaries opening for the openers tonight. I think somebody's opening for Detroit, and then it's Montero as a primary, too.
Yep. Yep. Ramon said, yep.
Yeah. Just state-listed pitchers on those.
Yeah, going back to that St. Louis game there, Ramon, this is the first, I don't know if you believe in the empathy card there, but this is the first home game since the tornadoes ripped through St. Louis, too. So keep an eye on that.
For me here in the spot, I like the where are we looking at here? Give me the under between Cleveland and Minnesota. I think it's a lower scoring game. Hey, Ober looked pretty good. He likes to pitch against Cleveland. He pitched against them earlier this year very well. It was an 11-1 win for the Twins in that matchup with Ober going. So I think he's got the Guardians number, and I think Logan Allen will be able to slow up this Twins squad as well. You got a pitcher's duel here early, and runs come at a premium, and we sneak under the total. You look at Minnesota as a home favorite. 11-6 to that under this season, and then on all their games at home, 13-7 to the under. So I'll take the under there between Cleveland and Minnesota in that spot. Heading on over to the last four on the card tonight, we got Philadelphia heading into Colorado, Kansas City into San Fran. The Angels after their sweep of the Dodgers heading into the homeless to take on the Athletics, and then Arizona heading into LA to take on the Dodgers. We'll kick on over to Ben to get us started. What do you like here in the late night MLB, Ben?
Yeah, I like the San Francisco Giants at home. I saw the wind is like blowing out like 22 miles per hour. I didn't dive into the direction, but it looked like it was blowing out from last I saw. So this could be we got two good pitchers, and Chris Bubik going for the Royals and Robbie Ray for the Giants. Robbie Ray's just been phenomenal this year for him. So I like both pitchers. If the wind was not such a factor, I probably would have looked at the under, but the Royals they struggle on the road. The Giants, they play well at home. They've been playing pretty well all season. And then with Robbie Ray on the hill, Matt Chapman, he's 5 for 9 off from Bubik with a home run. I like him. I put a little money on his homer prop. I feel like he's in a good situation. So again, I like the Giants on the money line at home.
The Giants have won all 9 of Ray's starts.
Yeah.
Heading on over to Solo. What do you like here in these 4 tonight, Solo?
I'm gonna look at the Angels and the Athletics. I think we got Soriano again. Soriano's last start was pretty solid, but before that he got blitzed pretty much the whole season. Batter friendly park. The ball's gonna fly. Angels off that big series versus the Dodgers, got a little travel in the mix. Not too far up the coast, but still a little travel. And I like the way the A's have hit righties at home. I'm gonna take the A's minus 120 or 122, where we're at right now.
See about 130, 135 in some places for the A's. Still like it there with you. I don't know where Ramon. What do you like here in the late night MLB action?
Maybe the Angels used up all their good juju and beating up on the Dodgers. Let's play the Dodgers more, say the Angels. Let me go to Philadelphia and Colorado here, and I'm going to go to the under in this one with Philly and Colorado. A couple left-handers here, Sanchez and Freeland. The total's about 10, maybe slightly juiced to the over. We know Colorado can't hit lefties very well. I think they're 1-10, 1-11 straight up this season. They don't win at all. We know that, but with Sanchez in there, I think he can wind them up a little bit. The move is actually on Colorado here, maybe just because they don't want to put them out there at $3 or something. They're down here to $2.25, $2.50 square shops right now. So I'm going to go with the under in this one. I think Sanchez's numbers are just fine, and I think he can handle the atmosphere here in Colorado. 2.91 ERA coming in with a 222 batting average against. I'll go under 10 runs, Philadelphia and Colorado tonight.
Head on over to Ron. What do you like here in these 4 tonight, Ron?
Yeah, I'm with Ben on this one. I'm going to go against my Royals. There's a nice price there with the Giants at home. They're 15-5 this year, winning by an average of 1.4 runs per game. Don't have to lay the run line, just the money line. I'll take them all day. But I do like Bubik to record his strikeout prop. So if you see that, take that definitely.
And for here in these games, well, I like Arizona here in the spot. Why not? I'm definitely not a Nat guy. And you know me, I'm always fading Arizona.
Fade
right?
that.
One of those things with fade that on the mount. No, I don't think so. Maybe fade the Dodgers in their bullpen, and they just got swept. So everybody's like,
get out of here, Rod.
the Dodgers can't lose 4 straight. What do you mean they can't lose 4 straight? Yes, they can. They can easily lose 4 straight. So I'll take a shot there with Arizona on the money line with PFAD on the mound. Hey, he's been pretty good for Arizona. I know, because I've tried to fade him a few times, and that hasn't worked so well. So I'm going to go with Arizona there in that spot to get the win over the Dodgers and on their 4th straight loss. And then another one I like in this spot is I like the Athletics. Why? Because the Angels, hey, congratulations. You swept the Dodgers. And now you got to go out here on the road and what is this, your 7th game out on the road So you've been out there longer than a week, and you know me, it's teams that have been out there a week or longer. Well, hey, guess what? You're starting to you get seed oil. You start eating out in restaurants too much. You're starting to get tired. You want to go home. It's just one of those spots, but also the number. The Angels, following 6 or more road games, they're 3-23 in this spot, and they've also lost 9 straight versus an AL opponent. So give me the Athletics. I'll take them on the run line. I think they beat up on the Angels there in that one tonight. Hey, that wraps up the MLB. Let's head on over to the W. One game. I believe this line's moved up too from what it was this morning. Seattle's laying 3.5. The total's come down 166. I'll kick it on over to Ron. What do you like here in this WNBA action tonight?
He froze.
He froze. He was having internet issues, so. We'll head on over to Ramon. What do you like here in the W tonight, Ramon?
Yeah, I'm going to play the move here. I don't think I can go premium with this increase in price, looking up to 3.5 right now on Seattle. I want to root for Dallas. I want to root for this team to be better. They've got an interesting mix of young players and older veterans, if you will. And Carrington is one of my favorite players, but I'm just not sure what we're going to see right now from Dallas here this season. They're most analysts have them rated pretty low, so maybe that's also why that move comes in on Seattle here. Gabby Williams can lock up Enrique, I think, a little bit there, and with Skylar Diggins-Smith coming off a pretty strong game in the opener, I think NECA's got a tough matchup, but she can maybe get to her averages for sure here on the road. So I'm going to take Seattle, lay 3.5 still on the road against the Wings here. I don't think the Wings are a total rebuild. I want to give them a little bit of credit, but I want to see a little bit more from them right now, from Beckers as well. Good first game. Really impressed. I'll take Seattle.
Heading on over to Solo. What do you like here in this WNBA action tonight?
Yeah, Seattle and Dallas. I watched Seattle the other night. I actually had a premium on them. We dropped the ball on that one. They came out kind of slow. Definitely struggled shooting the ball. Obviously, they made some changes, but looked like they're pretty much the same team except for Jewel Lloyd. But they got some good size, but they really just didn't make shots. And I understand this Dallas team definitely doesn't play defense. So first I was kind of on the over with the line moving and the way Storm plays. I think the Storm play better, but I think points would be premium. I'll take this total under.
Heading on over to Ben. Did you any WNBA, Ben?
Not yet. I might.
Not yet?
I might dabble, but
Nice.
not ready yet.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
I'll leave it to you
bring
guys.
Ron back in. What do you got for us in the W tonight, Ron?
Yeah, I do apologize. I've been having internet issues all day in and out, so I'm glad to be back here. Yeah, just like we did. There was a video, by the way. We did a video yesterday for this game, and I got to look at the over, obviously, because these two teams, you saw what happened with Dallas just giving up 37% from 3 against Minnesota, and it looked like that Phoenix only gave up 17% to Seattle, but the fact of the matter is that's Phoenix. So I think Seattle comes back, shoots a bunch of threes tonight. I think we get way over this total. I know it moved from like 160 to 169. I think it's going to settle around 167. I would take the over in that one.
And for me here in this game, I'm sticking to what I liked in the morning show here. I like the over in that first half. It's at 84 is the total there in the first half. And yeah, Seattle did shoot awful in that the first game. But what they've done over the past couple seasons is after a game where they score 65 points or less, they're 6-0 to that over in the first half. And they average about 89 points scored in those first halves, and we're at 84. So I think there's about 5 points of value. I'll take over the 84 here in the first half between Seattle and Dallas tonight in the WNBA. Hey, that wraps up the sports slate here for the Monday. Brings us to the parlay section, player prop game in the future. We leave it up to the capper to decide whatever they want to give out here in the section, and then they'll let us know what they got going over at Tony's Picks. That's where you can find our best bets, the bets that we got our money on tonight over at Tony'sPicks.com. Just hit the link in the description. get you right on over there. Let's kick it on over to Ron to get us started tonight. Ron, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I got my MLB Diamond Crusher on the, and then my WNBA 3-point play on the side of that game tonight. But for a parlay, I'm going to look at the Kia Tigers. You probably get -1, 1.5. You could probably take 1.5 on that one for KBO in the morning. Also going to look at the EPL action. We had Crystal Palace and Man City play in the FA Cup. Crystal Palace had one of the biggest wins historically in their franchise. So I'm going to look at the Wolves at a plus 0.25 on the Asian handicap. So take the Wolverhampton Wolves there in EPL action tomorrow. And then Man City bounces back huge. I would lay 1.5, whatever you can get there on the Asian handicap. Money line's probably a little too much. So at least lay -1. So just reiterate that one. Manchester City and the Wolverhampton Wolves and Kia Tigers tomorrow morning.
And let everybody know what you got over at Tony's Picks today.
Yeah, like I said, I had the Diamond Crusher and the WNBA 3-point play. Yeah.
Nice. Head on over, scoop up Ron's package, just see what he's been doing on the year. So definitely head on over and scoop that up. Head on over to Ben. What do you got for us tonight, Ben?
For my parlay, a couple of hitters that I'm really interested in tonight is I like Juan Soto. I like him to get over 1.5 total bases. I think he's going to take advantage of the Green Monster in that game. I also I like Ramos for the Giants. He's been really tearing it up, and again, I like the wind blowing out there, and then parlaying. So again, 1.5 total bases or 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, and then lastly, Jose Ramirez. He's got really good numbers against Bailey Over, and I like him to come through hits, runs, and RBIs, and we get that at 1.5. So those are the three guys I'm parlaying there. As for Tony's Picks, I've got 3-pack in the MLB tonight, and I have the best bet out there that I really like. So check that out, as well as a first half and full season MLB package. Again, you get all the MLB picks for a great price if you want to jump on that.
Definitely head on over and check out Ben's action there as well. Hey, don't forget, take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotion as well. Pair up 2 cappers. Have 2 cappers put money in your pockets over at Tony'sPicks.com. Definitely head on over. Check it out. What do you got for us tonight, Ramon?
I'm going to go with a series here, series price this week with the Pacers to beat the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. They're plus 130, plus 135. Of course, that series gets underway not tonight, but coming up. And I'm going to take the Pacers here. Pacers in 6 also plus $4, plus 425 or so. That's their home game there. So, yeah, 7 will pay you a little bit more, but I'll just take the Pacers as the official play to win the series over the Knicks and sprinkle game 6 and maybe a little game 7. Over tonight at Tony'sPicks.com. I do have my 3-pack in Major League Baseball. This is where we've been racking up some pretty good numbers here of late. And, plenty of season to go. So join me over at Tony'sPicks.com. Thank you, Rod, for that. You see the numbers there, and pretty good run we're on. Let's duplicate it again and get it rolling right now in Major League Baseball. And, of course, this week, NBA, NHL, WNBA. Ron and I, we love our soccer as well. So join us over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. That saves 15% off all premium pick packages, not just mine, from all these guys too.
Definitely. Don't forget Tony T at checkout. Save that 15%. Head on over to Solo. What do you got for us tonight, Solo?
A quick little parlay for you before I get into it. We're going to roll with the Cubs, Marlins over. We're going to parlay that with the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line. Over at Tony's Picks, I got a 3-pack, I got a 5-pack. I'm all in them in MLB streets today. Like I said, we'll wait on some other sports later on in the week. Didn't really love that WNBA game, so I gave you what I had on here. But sign up with me short-term, long-term, prim with a good cappers. Make sure you use that 15% code. Let's get to the bank.
Definitely. As you can see, Solo's heating up on the week, so definitely head on over. Check them out. Numbers have been good, so as we've said a couple times, don't forget 2-for-1 capper promotional. Can't go wrong with that as well. And for me tonight, I'm going to stick with the same parlay. If you were here on the morning show, then you would get the same parlay. I'm not going to change it up for the happy hour. I haven't no news has changed it up. I still love this parlay. Take the Mets on the run line. Take the Athletics on the run line, and take the over first half in that WNBA game tonight. And for me, over at Tony'sPicks.com, hey, I've got a 5-pack of MLB. In that 5-pack includes my MLB play of the day. The WNBA game you got here is that's my favorite play. Is that first half play tonight? Is over that first half. I think Seattle score some points. Can they cover that 3.5? I don't know. Both these teams defensively, I need to see a little more before I start diving on what they can do. Because Dallas, we know what they can do defensively, and it hasn't been very good. And we didn't see any improvement in that game one. So for me, it's just kind of like the full game over as well. But I'm going to stick with the first half there. Like the over 84. That wraps it up for the Monday show. Appreciate each and every one of you that tune in to the happy hour daily here at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then going on in the week, hey, we got more NBA action. The playoffs are back in the conference championships in both sports, NBA and the NHL. So definitely exciting week of sports to go here. Definitely looking forward to it. Any final words before we head on out for the Monday's action?
I'm good.
Little
Good
thin
luck,
on
guys.
little thin on everything today. This one's for Tony. Rod, take the Monterey Sultans tonight in Mexican League Baseball and also go over in that game. Monterey, parlay them up. They're like $1.75 or something. Monterey and the over. Mexico Liga Nacional Baseball tonight.
Nice. Thanks
Got
everybody
that
for tuning. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hey, have yourself a wonderful Monday. Let's make it a nice little winning one. Don't forget, tune in tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern for the Tony's Picks morning show. Till then, have yourself a wonderful Monday, everybody. Let's get it. Crush the walls. See you guys tomorrow.
See ya.